Welcome into wallsports.com. I'm Brian Duvall along with Highlanders head coach Mark Schmid. And, Coach, it's Thanksgiving week, and you're still playing. I know you got to be excitedly pleased. Let's go back to Round Rock real quick. You guys definitely do not make it boring when you enter the postseason. 2 games in the playoffs won by a total of 4 points. Coach, your team just guts out another win. I mean, you got to give them a lot of credit. They don't ever give up.
Yeah, that's the neat thing about this year's football team is that the kids they fight for the full duration. They never think that they're out of it, and that's been evident the last 2 weeks with the overtime win versus Klein and the 1 point victory where we had to go down and score in the last 2 minutes of the game, and then blocked a punt to preserve the victory. Blocked a field goal. Excuse me.
Coach, going back and looking at Patrick Carr, he coming off Klein, he had an injury. Looks like the rest may have done him some really good. He came back to form over 170 yards rushing and that 24-yard touchdown. What can you say about how he's been able to handle that situation?
Well, he came back and handled the injury very well. He left the first quarter of the Klein game with an Achilles injury, and we weren't sure the extent of the injury, but we knew that he couldn't put pressure on his leg. Did a great job in practice last week. We took care of him. We got treatment several times a day. By the end of the week, he was going through drills full speed, and that boosted his confidence in how the ankle was going to hold up, and then did a great job on Saturday.
Coach, now you look forward to this week in the regional round, another trip to Waco, going to Floyd Casey at Baylor University, and you get the defending 5A Division I champion Allen. And funny thing is that if you Google them, you're going to find out more about their football stadium than them, but they are an explosive team with a lot of skill players.
Yes, they are. They're a very good football team, and a lot of the pieces of the puzzle from their state championship team last year are back. They have a very, very very good quarterback in Kyler Murray. He is a run threat as well as a throw the ball down the field kind of guy. He's really the difference maker on their football team offensively. When he's in there, they do a lot of good things. They're very explosive, and so our task will be to try to somehow contain him and pressure him and make him feel uncomfortable, especially in throwing situations. Defensively, they played sound football. They are loaded with some big time players, and we're excited about being able to line up against those guys. One way or the other, the path, the road to the state championship goes through Allen, whether you play them in the last game or in round 3, and so we feel fortunate enough to have the opportunity to do that.
Coach, and just looking at the travel plans, you went to Waco, you're going back again. Does it give you a little bit of comfort knowing that you're just going to repeat what you did last week, even though it's a 3-hour drive?
Yeah, we've done this before. And unfortunately, the way our region and the region that we're in, this is what happens to us during the second round. We have to leave the Houston area. But we've done this before. Our kids are accustomed to it, and that's one of the reasons that I like to, in our non-district schedule, is to put a road trip on our schedule, and that's why we went to Georgetown this past year to play Skyline, just so the kids can have experienced the bus ride, the change in your natural what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's a little bit different, so that they know what to expect when we get to this point.
Coach, everybody outside of the Woodlands area is looking at the bracket, and they're just going to pencil Allen right into the next round. Is it easier? Is it more fun to motivate the players and knowing that this is the defending 5A state champion, and there's not a lot of people outside this area that's going to give them a chance to win the ball game?
I don't know if it's easier or not. It's just the way it is, and talk to the kids about the reason they schedule these games is because there is nothing that's certain. If it was certain, Allen would be the state champion after week 1 because they've been there all year. Talked to the kids yesterday about some games in our history where in the playoffs we were faced with playing the number 1 team in the state, and we were double-digit underdogs, and we came out on top. One of those I talked to them about yesterday was in 2001. We played Copper's Cove, who was a number 1 team in the state, they were a 17-point favorite, and we played them in the second round and won 28-12. And so, that's why you play the game. The prognosticators and the people that put all that stuff out, they don't get to line up and do it. Our kids do, and that's the great thing about what we do, and we're excited about the opportunity.
Coach, let's go back to quickly keys to victory against Allen. Do you think it's really going to come against stopping their run, the dual threat, or just trying to contain the quarterback? Or is, again, special teams has been huge for you in the last 5-6 games of the season for you?
Yeah, it's gonna be a complete team effort, to come away with the win, because that's kind of how we've done things in the past. And defensively, the task will be to be able to limit the Murray kid, the quarterback, his opportunities. Offensively, the longer that we can hold on to the ball, the more first downs we can string together and put points on the board, keeps their offense off the field. And so that'll be a big goal for us on offense. And special teams wise is, first of all, not to cost yourself special teams wise, because they are very explosive on their special teams, but also take advantage of opportunities that they may provide for you, which we've done. And so it'll be a complete team victory when it happens for us, and that's the way we've done it the last. We've won 9 in a row, and that formula's been there for all 9 of them. So that'll be the same this week.
Coach, shaping up from an injury standpoint, are you still everybody's obviously bumps and bruises. We're in Thanksgiving week now, but how's everything shaping up for this week?
Well, we lost our safety last week. He broke his ankle, Antoine Winfield, so he will not be playing this week, which he's been playing extremely well for us. That causes us to shuffle our deck and our secondary a little bit, which would mean that Tyler Patrick would play a little bit more on defense than he has. So we had to make those adjustments. We lost a defensive lineman the week before, Chris Fetterman, to a broken leg. He had surgery, and he was on a sideline last Saturday, but he's out. So, it's kind of one of the things that you deal with. The longer you play, the more bunged up you get. But our kids are excited, and one of the things we talk to our kids all the time about, you never know when your opportunity will come. You got to continue to practice and prepare, and some kids have stepped up into those roles, and some kids will have to step up this week because of injuries.
Coach, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
And good luck against Allen on Saturday. And, folks, for the latest on the Highlanders in the playoff role, keep it right here at AwallSports.com.